la ventaja es que se también tiene más o menos siempre tengo el bote, pero nunca le digo que no. Es muy raro, realmente me regalan la canción.
Voy, ¿no? Pero ya me dijeron que era
Good afternoon. I'm United States Attorney Adam Gordon. Thank you for being here this afternoon. We will have prepared statements and an opportunity for questions related to this matter. Afterwards, we will have both English and Spanish language availability. There will also be a time to have escorted video of the outside of the tunnel. But we'll need to go one at a time to make sure that people can get in and get out quickly. So behind me are Kevin Murphy, Special Agent in charge of the Homeland Security Investigations. Lead prosecutor is Michael DeShawn from the United States Attorney's Office. Justin De La Torre, Chief Patrol Agent for the United States Border Patrol San Diego Sector. San Diego County Sheriff Kelly Martinez. CBP Director of Field Operations Sydney Akey. Manny Castans, Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Drug Enforcement Administration, San Diego. We have Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Jagdeep Chengor, of the FBI San Diego Field Office. We also have, not present, but with us, helping this investigation from the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area, Director David King. And then we have Assistant United States Attorney Bianca Calderon Penalozo, who will be providing remarks in Spanish. So, over the last several days, agents from the Homeland Security Task Force have discovered and dismantled an elaborate cross-border tunnel that we believe to be the work of the violent and notorious cartel CJNG. Federal agents, their state task force officers, and attorneys from my U.S. Attorney's Office are working on the prosecution of 4 individuals charged in connection with multiple seizures, adding up to more than a ton of cocaine, worth an estimated $45 billion. The seizure of this amount of cocaine is hugely important as well. Since President Trump secured the border and launched the Take Back America initiative, the cartels have been deprived approximately $13 billion per year in annual revenue for alien smuggling. In response, the cartels such as CJNG have dramatically increased efforts to import hugely profitable cocaine into the United States. Cocaine, which is valued at approximately 10 times that of methamphetamine and 3 times that of fentanyl here in San Diego. Customs and Border Protection statistics for seizures along the full southwestern border show a 42% increase in cocaine seized from fiscal year 2024 to fiscal year 2025, a trend that continues into this fiscal year. Put directly, cocaine is now the lifeblood of the cartels, and what you see here today is a cardiac arrest for their system. For those defendants, they thought they saw a light at the end of the tunnel. In fact, what they saw were our lights and sirens. They will have their day in court, and we will have our justice. I'd like now to introduce Kevin Murphy for additional comments. Kevin.
Thank you, Adam, for all support from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Good afternoon. Before I outline the significant dismantling of the sophisticated cross-subterranean tunnel and narcotics, first I want to highlight the incredible agents, officers, deputies, prosecutors, and analysts whose relentless work ethic and tireless efforts led to these events. Their collaboration and unified efforts are why we're standing here today. HSI and the other Homeland Security Task Force partners that are represented behind me conducted a complex, long-term investigation targeting the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, members of their organization responsible for constructing a subterranean tunnel used to smuggle narcotics. Based on our investigation, we developed evidence to identify the starting point of the tunnel in Mexico, the exit point of the tunnel in the United States, and their smuggling and transportation methods within the United States. On Friday, May 29th, HSI and our partners observed these cartel members attempt to transport their first shipment of narcotics from the tunnel exit point to another stash house location in San Diego. Law enforcement maintained persistent surveillance as they tried to move drugs in boxes, in bags, and in large freezers for distribution around our communities. Agents and deputies arrested 4 members of the cartel as they attempted to transport these drugs further into the interior of the United States, ultimately seizing 851 packages of cocaine with a total weight of 2,406 pounds. That is an estimated value of bulk street cost of $45 million. That is over a ton of cocaine that HSTF San Diego seized and stopped from hitting the streets, not only in our community, but communities throughout the country. After seizing the cocaine, HSI coordinated the bi-national law enforcement operation, in which HSTF San Diego executed a federal search warrant at the business you see behind me, while Mexican law enforcement secured a building in Mexico, uncovering both the entry point and the exit point to this tunnel. This was a sophisticated tunnel that had lighting, ventilation, an electric rail system, wood shoring, and multiple staircases. The tunnel had a total length of 1,933 feet, 1,064 of those feet being in the United States, the U.S. border, the exit point behind me. The tunnel is approximately 50 to 60 feet underground. While this investigation is ongoing, the dismantlement of this tunnel, the seizure of over a ton of cocaine, and the arrest of these cartel members is a testament to HSTF San Diego's commitment to protecting our country and our communities by systematically dismantling these cartels. Now I'd like to bring on the lead prosecutor for this case, Michael DeShawn.
Thank you, Kevin. The United States Attorney's Office has charged 4 individuals in connection with the seizure of the 1 ton of cocaine you see behind me and the discovery of this sophisticated cross-border tunnel. Gregorio Epifanio Hernandez Lopez of San Diego, California, is charged with conspiring to use a cross-border tunnel and conspiring to import and distribute cocaine. The other 3 defendants are Jose Jimenez of San Diego, Brandon Escalante Sandoval of Mexico, and Antonio Cortez of Mexico. These 3 defendants are all charged with conspiring to distribute the cocaine that was imported through this tunnel. All 4 defendants are scheduled to have their initial appearance in this court in court this afternoon before U.S. Magistrate Judge Valerie Torres, and the United States has moved to detain all 4 of them pending trial, and the court will set a future date today to rule on that motion. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheriff Kelly Martinez, San Diego County. Today's announcement underscores a fundamental truth. Dismantling sophisticated transnational drug cartels requires unwavering collaboration across every level of law enforcement. These criminal organizations operate through vast, illicit supply chains that cross jurisdictions, and only joint coordinated operations can successfully disrupt them. The investigation demonstrates exactly why these partnerships matter. Every agency involved plays a critical role in stopping the illicit financial networks that fuel cartel operations, and if left unchecked, threaten the safety and stability of our communities. The San Diego County Sheriff's Office, the chief law enforcement agency for our region, works every day to its fullest capacity to safeguard our neighborhoods. Public safety demands vigilance, preparedness, and a broad range of dedicated resources. Shutting down a smuggling operation as significant as this tunnel is no small feat. It requires coordination, precision, and the steadfast commitment of every partner agency involved in the case. I want to recognize this unified effort and extend special acknowledgement to the Sheriff's team, whose expertise, persistence, and vigilance were instrumental in pursuing the individuals responsible in ensuring this operation was brought to justice. We remain firmly committed to supporting our federal partners in every case that strengthens public safety and protects the people of San Diego. With that, I'd like to turn it over to Justin De La Torre for a report.
Good afternoon. This seizure did not happen by luck or by happenstance. This is the result of hours upon hours of vigilance and hard work by all of the men and women that make up the Homeland Security Task Force who are represented here today. To date, in San Diego, we've discovered 99 tunnels that have been interdicted and dismantled. And with the new technology that we're deploying as part of our border wall system, we now have the ability to detect these tunnels, working with our partners amongst the entire Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice interagency effort, and stop them before they are able to produce massive amounts of dangerous and poisonous drugs into our community. Make no mistake, had the cartel been successful, thousands of pounds of dangerous drugs would have been distributed throughout the entire country and beyond. Lastly, I want to thank all of the agents, the investigators, the prosecutors, the officers involved for the hours of extensive work that went into disrupting this tunnel and holding those responsible accountable. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Bianca Calderón Peñalosa. Soy fiscal federal del Distrito Sur de California. La Fiscalía de los Estados Unidos ha acusado a 4 personas en relación con la incautación de 1 tonelada de cocaína y el descubrimiento de este sofisticado túnel transfronterizo. Gregorio Epifanio Hernández López, de San Diego, California, está acusado de conspirar para utilizar el túnel subterráneo transfronterizo y de conspirar para importar y distribuir cocaína. Los otros 3 acusados son José Jiménez de San Diego, Brandon Escalante Sandoval de México y Antonio Cortés de México. Los 3 acusados están imputados por conspirar para distribuir la cocaína que fue importada a través del túnel. Los 4 acusados tienen programada su primera audiencia ante el tribunal esta tarde ante la jueza magistrada de los Estados Unidos, Valerie Torres. Los Estados Unidos han solicitado la detención de los 4 acusados a la espera de juicio y el tribunal fijará una fecha futura para resolver la moción en esa audiencia. Gracias.
All right, a couple logistic things before we take questions. Kelly Thornton here from the United States Attorney's Office. She's got the blue jacket. She'll come up right here by the blue flag. If you're interested in coming inside the premises for the entry, leave your cameras where they are, come up to Kelly, she'll figure out how you're going in one by one. All right? Second thing is we will have media availability for individual speakers. So we're not going to take a ton of questions because we'll break off afterwards and give you that opportunity. So at this point, any questions?
When did you first get a tip about this tunnel?
Perfect. Can we give out the
The question was when we first got the tip about this tunnel. So investigators from Homeland Security Task Force conducting this complex investigation for more than 6 months. Assistant investigative tactics, surveillance operations, knowing that CJNG was trying to complete this tunnel, utilize it to spend the funds into our country. We were ready when we checked the bill.
Sir.
Kind of recap how this tunnel compares to others found in this area.
It's a great question. Give out to Justin.
So it is a very sophisticated tunnel that includes electrical, lighting, railways. We have seen that in several other tunnels over the history of our interdictions over the years, but it is among the most sophisticated tunnels that we have discovered.
Can you explain, we're not far from the port of entry. Can you explain, did it run like under the port or like, you know, behind this business, or just kind of an idea of how close it was to where all these officers were?
Yeah, that's a great question. Think about that in all the detail.
Specifically, the tunnel team has been mapping out this exact location where how the tunnel traverses underground. Obviously, it does run south towards Mexico underneath part of the port of entry. I'll come that over the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, but by all means, during the operation, we had no impacts for victims. We continue to do our focus, our job with regards to processing traffic of cargo, passenger operations, and pedestrians on a daily basis. There was no impact to the operations.
I guess my question was more so, how are they able to build something so sophisticated right under your noses, for lack of a better word?
Well, again, it goes to the whole entire building of the infrastructure. As we mentioned, both Adam Gordon as well as Justin, Border Patrol indicated it was so sophisticated and it was down deep enough that there was no impact to our operation.
You mentioned it was a 6-month operation, but how exactly did this location come on your radar?
Okay, the question was how did this specific radar? Okay.
I'm not going to get into every specific of this investigation, but based on our intelligence and surveillance operations from law enforcement, we were able to identify the proposed exit point of this tunnel. We were able to inform when we should get in and when they checked the research from this tunnel, so we could make these arrests, make the seizure, and keep them successful.
Okay, just a couple more folks. Yeah. This is the first time the tunnel is used. Let me get back to Kevin, but again, we're not going to get too deep in operation. Well, I can answer the question in the second part. Obviously, we've had 99 tunnels before, so I don't want to give an answer because I'm certainly standing here don't know about all 99. Maybe Justin does, but okay.
Yes, this was the first time that they tried to do it. Law enforcement from the HSTF San Diego monitoring that, and they were trying to do it. That's how we reached out. Seizure, those arrests, and discovery of that.
Okay, one more question. Anybody? Okay, we'll do two more. And then the third. Amen. Okay, that'll be good.
So it was a unified surveillance operation. We had partnership with all members of HSTF San Diego, conducted long hours of surveillance, observed as cartel members attempted narcotics from the tunnel exit behind me to a secondary stash house location in San Diego. We were able to stop all vehicles involved, make the arrest of 4 individuals, and seize the narcotics substance.
Okay, last question, sir.
What's the message to anyone else that might try to do this?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. Look, you see that partnership standing behind us? This is what partnerships do. The interdictions, the seizures, the defendants, it's all part of the story. San Diego takes this seriously. I appreciate the time. All right, thank you.
I think we've kind of done this before with tunnels. If you want to let me know if you're interested in going and getting a minute or two, your own footage, and then we'll move you out as quickly as we can so you don't